Sponsorships are a great way for new and pre-existing nonprofits to gain financial support, administrative support, and also program support if it's needed. And in this video, I want to break down 3 of the most common sponsorships that new and pre-existing nonprofits go after, the pros and cons of each of these sponsorships, and how you can actually go about acquiring these sponsorships. What's going on, guys? My name is Timothy Wright, the founder of the Nonprofit Launcher, and we're back again with another video. And I want to get right to it. The 3 most common sponsorships for new and pre-existing nonprofits are in-kind sponsorships, corporate sponsorships, and fiscal sponsorships. So let's start with in-kind sponsorship. An in-kind sponsorship is where your organization will receive goods and services and expertise instead of a monetary donation. So with this sponsorship, it's an opportunity for a business or a nonprofit to contribute to your organization what they do best, whether it be their products, their services, their equipment, their team, their legal guidance, their marketing ability. All these things will be donated to you in an in-kind form instead of a monetary value. So let's say, for example, if you get a printing company like FedEx to become an in-kind sponsorship for your organization, they may donate to you flyers, brochures, and banners, or whatever your organization may need. A law firm getting an in-kind sponsorship from this type of organization, they'll provide free legal services. Or a restaurant, instead of donating you money, they donate food to your next gala or to your next event. Or a tech company donating your organization laptops and equipment to run your organization. These are all examples of an in-kind sponsorship. So in my opinion, the biggest benefit of an in-kind sponsor is the ability to reallocate your funds. And what I mean by that is, instead of you needing to rent the building yourself or order the food yourself or get the material yourself, you already have an in-kind sponsor providing that for you, and now you can reallocate those funds into marketing, into exposure, into networking, right? Whatever you may need to get to that next level, which is a reallocation of the funds. And you get a chance to get some valuable expertise. If a larger nonprofit or a larger business or corporation is being an in-kind sponsor to you and your business, then what it is you're able to do now is gain some knowledge from them and see how they get to where they got to. What is it that they did in the beginning stages of their business to get them to where they're at right now? Maybe you want to be in their position one day. This is going to be a critical ingredient to your business, because the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. The further you go, the further you realize you want to go. This is a key ingredient. And the last benefit to this one is stronger partnerships. Can you write this down for me? The more hands you shake, the more money that you will make. You heard the saying before, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. But I want you to add something to that. It's not just about what you know and who you know, it's also about who knows you. So the ability for you to attract an in-kind sponsor and they end up working with your organization is going to be a great opportunity for you to expand your network. Okay, so a few ways for you to acquire an in-kind sponsor. The first thing you want to do is research companies that align with your business needs. There's no need for you to try to get an in-kind sponsor for someone who provides shirts, and you don't need shirts. There's no need for you to try to get someone who's going to donate clothes and food when that's not your main focus. Does that make sense? So you want to make sure that the business that you're trying to get to be your in-kind sponsor is aligned. So for example, if your nonprofit hosts events, if you do mentorship, if you focus on mental health, what larger organizations or what larger businesses, they focus on the exact same thing, and they have principles and they have skills and expertise in this area that now you can use for your organization. You want to ensure that, again, you align with the organizations that are going to make the most sense. Another way to acquire an in-kind sponsor is start to build relationships. Who could you connect with that could bridge the gap between where you are now and where you desire to be? So let's say if I want to work with Pepsi, for example, and I don't know the CEO, but I may have a friend of a friend who knows the marketing expert at Pepsi. I want to try to do everything I can to get from my friend to the next friend in front of the individual that's working at Pepsi, so then I can possibly get to the CEO. It's just a matter of a build-up. And what I know is that so many of us, we hate to hear the effort and the work that's required to get to that next level of your life and in your business and in your nonprofit. But this is what makes it a little bit easier for somebody like you who wants it really bad. A lot of people in this area, in life in general, they don't want it that bad to actually do the work. This is what makes it easy for somebody like you. If you commit to the work, you will find everything that you need in this space, because a lot of people, they're looking for handouts. And if you go get it, people will put it right in your hand. Okay, the second type of sponsor is a corporate sponsorship. Now, the way a corporate sponsorship works is there's an exchange for value. So what the larger organization is going to do is provide you finances, actual money this time, for your marketing material, for your programs, for your events, for your galas. And in exchange, what you're going to provide is you're going to provide marketing material for them, exposure for them. If you have pamphlets, if you have workbooks, you want to make sure you add this corporate sponsor inside of this to promote them as well. This is how the corporate sponsorship works. So for example, a large retailer retail shop like Sears or Macy's. They may sponsor your nonprofit's upcoming event. Or a bank, they may donate to your nonprofit scholarship fund. And in return, what you'll do is you'll provide acknowledgement and marketing throughout the community that these are the individuals that sponsored you. Have you ever been watching a YouTube video and you've seen a person say, hey, by the way, this video is sponsored by blah, 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 blah. And that is a perfect example of the sponsor probably paid for the equipment or paid them a fee for that video in exchange for them providing acknowledgement and marketing that sponsorship's business as well. This is how we bring value to value in the corporate sponsorships. So obviously the biggest benefit here is having an organization that fully funds out what it is you plan on doing, whether it be starting your first initiative, your first project, or having your first event. You also get a lot of brand exposure if you end up working with a large organization and they do sponsor your event. They're probably going to promote it as well. And the simple fact that they promote your organization and what you guys are doing, that's going to bring you brand exposure. And attention is the new currency. And the last benefit is this brings a mutual benefit to you as well as the organization. The benefit to you is they're going to fund your initiative or your program. Then the benefit to them is they're going to get brand awareness and market exposure and community acknowledgement as well. So please write this down. What you want to do is you want to target organizations or corporations that has a CSR program. CSR program. So a CSR program is a corporate social responsibility program, where very simply corporations or large business that have a self-regulated initiative where they desire to give back to the community in some way. These are the nonprofits who offer corporate sponsorships for nonprofits. So hear me out. The two biggest ways you're going to be able to acquire a corporate sponsorship is going back to what I said before, is really establishing relationships. Conversations rule the nation. You have to be out networking and meeting people if you want to have a chance at building real relationships with high value people. And number two, there's a real power if you're able to come with some type of leverage. Meaning you have a strong network already of other people that may be able to help them grow their organization, or you have some type of large social presence on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all these different platforms. And if you already have a presence online, I can almost assure you that you're gonna have a 90% more chance of getting a corporate sponsor than someone who has nothing at all. Why is that? Because you have to remember where the exchange is. They're gonna fork up all the funds to get your initiative or your program or your next event started, but in return, you wanna be able to acknowledge and promote and market their organization as well. So the bigger the audience that you already have, the more leverage that you'll have as far as marketing goes. Does that make sense? So if you have a large network or you have any type of social media presence and it's fairly strong, that right there could be a very strong leverage for you to get a corporate sponsor. Now, the last one, and certainly not the least, is a fiscal sponsor. Now, this is important. A fiscal sponsorship is an arrangement between a larger nonprofit and your new existing nonprofit where you guys are partnered up, and the larger nonprofit offers you the legal and tax exempt status for you to be able to receive donations tax exempt. And in exchange, the sponsor is going to charge you a small success fee. So let's say, for example, if you're a new organization and you have a crystal clear plan, you have a business plan, you have everything laid out, and you end up meeting a large organization who is willing to allow you to be the fiscal sponsor, meaning you don't need to go out and file your 501c3, you enter your documents in place, you can simply use their information, they'll receive all the donations, and then they'll be able to provide those to you, and there won't be any taxes there. The thing that you want to be clear about is what's going to be the fee for you to work with their organization. They may not charge you an upfront fee, but they may charge you a fee for every donation that they receive. For every dollar that you receive, they may charge you 25 cents. For every $100 that you receive, they may charge you $10 or whatever it may be. But more than likely, there's gonna be some administrative fee for you working with this organization. So the biggest benefit for this type of sponsorship is gonna be access to funding. Let me read this to you. Fiscally sponsored projects can receive grants and tax-deductible donations even before they secure their own nonprofit status. So it's important for you to understand this because this is key. Most people who are going to seek and sponsor are individuals who have not filed their nonprofit yet. They have not filed their 501c3, nothing, but they have the project, they have the initiative, they have the plan. They want to allow a larger organization to receive some of the benefits so they can go ahead and get everything started, right? And then also borrow the audience and the leverage of this organization as well. And then this organization is going to probably take a small fee. And another benefit for this type of sponsorship is that it reduces all the administrative burdens. The fiscal sponsor will handle everything from administrative work, like accounting, taxes, legal compliances, financial reporting, the whole nine. And just like in the other two sponsorships, a strong benefit here is the ability for mentorship, networking, communication, and expertise hand on hand. Now, to acquire a fiscal sponsor, you can actually look at two different locations. You can look at the Fiscal Sponsorship Directory and the National Network of Fiscal Sponsors. These are two great places where you may be able to find a sponsor there. But it's important for you to understand that because this is a website, a lot of other individuals, they may go there to look for it too. So what you also want to do is prepare a proposal. There's a great quote that says, life is not about what you ask for, but about how you prepare to receive it. So the individual that prepares the most, that prepares the best value proposition, that prepares the best business plan, the best pitch on why the organization is needed, is going to be more likely that individual who ends up getting any type of sponsorship. Now, for this particular sponsorship, I'm highly recommending you get everything on paper to negotiate your terms, because one thing that you're going to have to realize is that all the donations, all the funds are going to be funneled through this larger organization before it comes to you and your business or whatever it is that you have going. So you definitely want to ensure that it is documented on the percentage they're going to take and the percentage that you're going to get, the services they're going to be providing for you, what your program is going to consist of, and also how long is the relationship going to be. These are things that you want to have conversation about, disclose, and then also have on paper in contract just to protect you and also the sponsor. So as we wrap up here, we have in-kind sponsorships, corporate sponsorships, then fiscal sponsorships. In-kind sponsorships are going to provide you non-monetary support, but they're going to provide you the equipment that would cost money. Corporate sponsor is going to require the most financial backing and brand visibility, but definitely is going to require some alignment in the values, and also you want to ensure that you're able to bring some type of leverage when it comes to marketing and acknowledgement. And then of course, fiscal sponsorships, which is going to allow an aspiring nonprofit who hasn't filed yet to work under their organization, utilizing the larger organization's legal status as well as their 501c3 status, so you can put yourself in position to still acquire and receive grants and then also acquire tax-deductible donations. Look, I hope this video has been very educational and impactful for you. What I recommend you watching is a video that we created called The For-Profit Mindset in the Nonprofit Space. I'm highly recommending you watch that. You can either see that video here or here, and click on that and take a moment. It's very short, but it'll give you an enlightenment and a different perspective on how you can be operating your organization. How we view what we do determines how we do what we do. So it's important for us to shift our perspective to drive our performance. I'm Timothy Wright. I'm signing off again. Hope you got some value here. Peace.